pumping isn't easy, and quite frankly, it's one of the most difficult, time-consuming, yet rewarding things that I have done. I was actually a surrogate this last year, and I've been pumping breast milk for a surrogate baby as well as a preemie milk bank since October. So since October, I have tried over a dozen pumps, and I know that sounds crazy, but none of them fit the bill quite like this baby that I found in December. So what sets this apart? One of the things that you'll encounter on your breast pumping journey are clogs. And clogs are no fun, but they're very common. And if they're not taken care of in a timely manner, you can actually end up with something called mastitis. So when you ineffectively clear the milk out of your milk ducts, then you end up with what's called a clog. So one of the ways to get a clog out is to up the suction a little bit on the side that you have the clog in and finish getting the rest of that milk out. Otherwise, you can end up with that mastitis. So how does this pump differ from the others? This pump actually has two motors. There's a pump independent or a motor independently from the left side to the right side. So whenever you get that clog, you can actually up the suction on one side versus the other side and continue to pump normally on the side without a clog. With a pump that does not have two different motors like this, it makes it very difficult. So let's imagine for a moment here. You're pumping with one of the regular pumps and you have a clog. You then have to close off one of the valves in order to pump only on the side that has the clog, because you just don't have two motors, right? So what I've ended up seeing moms do in the past is buy two of the same pump, so then they have one to pump with on a higher suction and then one to pump regularly. Well, nobody wants to actually buy two pumps. So sometimes, yes, they'll get one from resale or whatever the fact, but that makes it quite difficult. And then what do you do when you travel? You don't want to take two pumps with you because who knows when you're going to end up with a clog, right? So you really need this pump. This pump is a lifesaver. It has been the best thing that I have used this entire pumping journey. I do not understand how I even made it to December since I purchased this. So in my research, actually, I found that on Spectra Baby's website, they quote this as, "The Spectra Synergy Gold electric breast pump uses advanced technology with dual motors, allowing moms to adjust each side independently." So let's talk about one other thing that sets this apart, or another reason why you would want to pump independently from one another. Sometimes you have what's called a slacker boob, and that means that one side produces less than the other side. So when this happens, there's one of two things that you can do. You can pump for longer on the one side when you finish pumping, or you can up the suction on just the one side that you need. Again, you would not be able to do this on a regular pump. You would have to, once you finish your session, turn the pump off, close the side that you don't want to pump on, and then only pump the remaining side. So who really wants to sit there for an extra 10, 20 minutes? Well, not me. I want to get it done efficiently. This is the most efficient pump I have ever used. Like I said, I don't know how I did it without this pump. And I really think that you should go out and buy it, because if you're a breastfeeding mom, you're gonna want this pump. There's nothing like it on the market. And even though it has to stay plugged into a wall, it is hands down the best thing for exclusively pumping moms. It is the most efficient pump, and it has literally saved my entire breastfeeding journey. I hope that you go out and you find one. You can buy them at SpectraBabyUSA.com. You can find them on aeroflowpumps.com, or you can find them through Target now, which is surprising. Some of the other insurance companies are starting to carry them. So definitely do your research and go see where you can get one, because you're going to want it. Trust me.